For instance, in space, anything left out there that you see coming still?
Oh, everything. So far, we have only been exploring space. We are still in the Christopher Columbus stage as far as space is concerned. What remains now is to actually make use of space, to get out and stay there more or less permanently, to set up space stations, to build solar power stations, to have laboratories and factories that can do things in space that are difficult or impossible to do on Earth, and eventually to have space settlements in which thousands of people can be housed more or less permanently.
Do you think that's actually going to happen, or is that just I mean, it's possible to do it, but do you think it's actually going to happen?
Oh, no, no, no. It's not even a matter of having to have it. They'll want to. So, if we could put in $500 billion a year on space instead of on military machines, there are almost no limits to what we can do.
But what's the point of it? What's the point of doing all that?
Oh, no, no, no. It's not even a matter of having to have it. They'll want to.
Computer age. Have we crested on that one as well?
Oh, no, no, no. The computer is at the center of everything. The computer is a problem-solving device. It is a technique that makes it possible to do things that would be utterly impossible without it. We couldn't reach the moon without the computer.
Ain't on that moon.
Oh, no, no, no. We require the computer to handle these spaceships that we're making use of. Everything we do in space, we won't be able to do without banks of computers doing thinking faster than we possibly can. And in the same way, the advance of robots depends entirely upon the computer. In fact, the simplest way of defining a robot is as a computerized machine.
Do you see a time where computers at the basic human level in homes and that sort of thing, that everybody will have a computer, will have to have computers in order to exist and make it down here on Earth?
Oh, no, no, no. It's not even a matter of having to have it. They'll want to. We can do.
For instance, in space, anything left out there that you see coming still?
Oh, everything. So far, we have only been exploring space. We are still in the Christopher Columbus stage as far as space is concerned. We can do. When television first came in 1948, it was easy to predict that everybody would want to have a television set simply because it was primarily used for entertainment. Well, computers are going to be necessary in the house to do what we can do. Great many things, some in the way of entertainment, some in the way of making life a little easier, and everyone will want it. And the home computer is the wave of the future.
What do you see? You mentioned robots, and we saw at the beginning that there were a lot of scary things involved in the 20s when predicting the coming of the robot. What do you see the robot's place being in our future?
Well, it's scary, but not for the reasons they always saw it. They saw the robots as being somehow imitation human beings that were vicious and soulless. That's not so. We now know that robots are simply machines that do what they're told to do, but they replace human beings. It's not that they kill them, but they kill their jobs. They'll create more jobs than they kill, but they'll be different jobs. And the people whose jobs are lost may not easily be educable, there it is,
okay.
Into new jobs. So that we are going to have to accept an important role, society as a whole, in making sure that the transition period from the pre-robotic technology to the post-robotic technology is as painless as possible. We have to make sure that people aren't treated as though they're used-up dish rags, that they have to be allowed to live and retain their self-respect. Work has to be found for them. Those who can be educated into new jobs should be. Those who can be transferred, fitted in somewhere else, should be. This is not going to be easy, and the transition period will be starting almost at once.
Finally, let me ask you this, in a word, Mr. Asimov, when you look ahead to the future, do you see the world in optimistic terms? I mean, you see good things ahead. Would you classify yourself as being an optimistic futurist?
I'm a hopeful optimist. In other words, I hope things will be optimistic. It is up to humanity to make the decisions. We can decide to specialize in hatred and suspicion and end up with a nuclear war which will destroy everything, or we can decide to cooperate and overcome our suspicions and hatreds from what I might call the conventional military mind.
Of all the things that you see in the future, what excites you the most as a person? I mean, just really turns you on when you think about if this wonderful thing could happen.
Of nuclear war. Got to nuclear war, the
wonderful thing could happen.
of nuclear war. What excites me most of nuclear war